Learning Block 7, Customer Service Operations. Customer service operations is the delivery of satisfaction. It covers all aspects of the supply chain, but it is most often assigned to either logistics or sales. So if you think about the last learning block on transportation, getting things to the customer on time is part of the customer service experience. Make sure to review the learning objectives for this learning block so you know what to expect as you watch this video, read the chapter, and discuss these topics in class. As you write your Cornell notes on the content, make sure that these bolded concepts on the elements of customer service, the difference between internal and external customers, how to make a positive first impression, the characteristics of successful e-commerce customer service, and the 4 elements of supply chain customer service entails. It is important to recognize that there are internal and external customers. So wherever you are within the supply chain, you likely have both. Internal customers are those customers within the company or organization. So these are the people that work with you. One department relies on another department for some product or service. For example, when I worked in the procurement department, I had many internal customers. Anybody within the company that needed to buy something, they were my customer. For example, I supported the HR department, manufacturing, facilities for all of their buying needs. If they wanted to buy from a supplier, I helped facilitate that process and relationship. Another example would be if you worked in the IT department, the internal customer to IT is any department that needs IT support services, hardware, and things like that. Now, with external customers, these are customers outside an organization. So just keep that in mind. Internal means inside, external means outside. External customers are usually the consumers or the end user of the products or services. Customers are often confused with consumers, so just be careful. When trying to decide what kind of customer you're dealing with, simply ask yourself, is this customer inside my company or outside of my company? Customer service is a key competitive advantage and a part of every interaction with customers. Recall that a competitive advantage is the ways that a company can produce goods or deliver services better than its competitors. It's what makes them stand out. Excellent customer service practices focus on using the fastest and most cost-efficient ways to support customers. And it starts with interactions before a sale and must continue during and after a purchase. Employees have to act as ambassadors for their company because they may be the only person that the customer interacts with. So that's why they have to put their best foot forward. Elements of customer service include time, dependability, communication, and convenience. Think about the last time you had to deal with a company. These are the 4 areas that you would want and appreciate from a quality company. Customer service representatives must be trained and proficient in order process and customer relationship management, or CRM, communications, returns and reverse logistics, challenging customers, and legal and regulatory concerns. The customer order cycle occurs when customers interact with suppliers. So keep that in mind. There's a difference between customer service and customer order. So as before, I mentioned customer service occurs before, during, and after a sale. But when we talk about the customer order cycle, so think order, that occurs once the customer begins interacting with its suppliers. Suppliers could be wholesalers, retailers, or suppliers of material. And the order cycle includes working directly with receiving and fulfilling customer orders. Normally, customers are the ones that begin this cycle, which is then focused on fulfilling their demands. The order management process starts with a customer request, and then there could be a follow-up for more information after the initial order is placed. When orders are placed, companies have to make sure that they fill it on time, completely, and without any defects. Companies need to perform exceptionally well when interacting with customers. To ensure employees are efficient and effective, they use performance metrics to gauge and measure the success or failure in meeting all defined objectives. As customer issues arise, the customer experience regarding how they handle the issues will impact a customer's decision to continue doing business in the future or to switch to a competitor. Again, think about a time that you bought something or received some kind of service, and if there was a problem or issue, how the company handled it affected the way you perceived the company's performance. To manage this, many companies use CRM or customer relationship management software that will help document all the aspects of the interactions between customers and companies. Finally, good practices should occur at all aspects of the order and interaction process, such as clear and frequent communication, order consolidation, inventory management, and order automation. This keeps customers happy while also keeping costs low. Now, customer relationship management, or CRM, is a term that's given to developing different strategies to serve most effectively the full range of customers that interact with a company. Common CRM strategies include loyalty and rewards programs, tailored targeted marketing that is continuous, social media, live assistance through chat, and even a strong brand image. CRM can also refer to the software tools or computer systems that help support the process of CRM. These information systems help sales and marketing functions. Customer lifecycle is the term used to describe the relationship used by a company to find, manage, retain, and develop interactions with customers. Think about your favorite brand or product that you buy. You are going through a customer lifecycle with that product. And hopefully that company is able to keep you as a customer for the long run. Now, it may seem obvious, but communication is a key component of customer service. It involves the transfer of information. And to be effective, communicators need to understand who they're communicating to, the message that they're communicating, and the best way to provide that communication. And again, it doesn't matter if you're dealing with an internal customer or an external customer, communication is key. The 4 communication channels to keep in mind include verbal communication, which is using spoken words to communicate messages and information; listening, which requires an active effort to understand others; nonverbal communication, which is the act of conveying information without the use of words, and it can help improve how others may feel and how they interpret the company's message; and finally, written communication, which is interactions using written words. This is commonly seen in emails, social media, and business letters. Keep in mind that written communications are critical in that they are effectively permanent and may reach wide audiences. In my experience of working with a lot of internal customers, I tended to use written communications, one, because I wanted to document what we had discussed, but I'm also aware that they're likely sharing those written communications with their colleagues, with other departments, and it can be used as evidence if anything needed to be clarified. Now, we've learned about reverse logistics in previous learning blocks, but it is very important within customer service operations as well. It is the return of products into the supply chain. If products are defective or not needed, customers can return them in a reverse logistics flow. This can include shipping, testing, repairing, returning, recycling, or discarding of the products, depending on the state of the product and the costs involved. Companies that sell and distribute products generally deal with returns from damages or other reasons like incorrect shipments. And they'll likely have policies that allow customers to return or exchange items within a certain time frame. Customer service representatives have to keep customers happy throughout this process so that they remain a customer of the business. If you've ever looked up a business to see if they're reputable, oftentimes you'll see feedback or comments on the returns policy and process of a company and whether it's good or bad. Now, the general flow for returns begins with good customer service. The rep will usually issue the customer a return material authorization, or RMA number, that approves the return and identifies it for processing when it is received by the company. The return can result in reinventory for resale, repair, or refurbishment for return to the customer, or disposal if the product has no value. Key metrics to measure how well a company handles its returns can help improve the quality of products and improve how returns are handled. Examples of metrics include disposition cycle times, quantity and value of products that are reclaimed and resold, the percentage of material that gets recycled, the percentage that turns into waste, and then handling costs for each return. Customer service representatives should have patience, skill, and good communication skills when working with challenging customers. If you've ever dealt with customers, You likely have dealt with challenging customers, and they can be angry or openly antagonistic and aggressive. That could be part of their personality, or that could be just part of the frustration of having issues with their product or service. Challenging customers sometimes lack good communication skills themselves and don't know how to express their thoughts very well. They may be arrogant or have a supreme attitude. They can make unwarranted personal attacks on you, or they may be overly talkative and lack the will or ability to listen as you're trying to explain things to them. Challenging customers can be internal customers or external customers. So make sure to check out the video on handling challenging customers in this week's module. Now, in terms of legal and regulatory concerns, customer service representatives must be aware of all the governing rules, laws, and policies, as well as avoid violating them and report customers who are trying to get you to violate them. Examples include human rights and human rights laws, food safety and food safety laws, hazardous products and material laws, and environmental laws. Why it's important for customer service reps to know these is that noncompliance to rules, laws, and policies has consequences that can affect employees, employers, and customers, including fines and even imprisonment. And this concludes the last learning block of the supply chain management principles of the CSCMP certification track. Remember to take the weekly quiz before coming to class. Again, you get 2 tries with the best score saved, and submit your Cornell notes by the end of the week. And if you have a few extra minutes in the week, do the extra practice or extra credit through the Quizlet link in our weekly module. If you have any questions, just let me know.